Hey, it's Mo. This could be one of the less intelligent ideas I've had. Um, I was out of town actually for Thanksgiving, and yesterday morning we stopped for breakfast on the way out of town, and it was near an Ulta. So I was like, hey, do you guys mind if I stop in and look around at the Ulta Black Friday stuff? And my family was very nice and they waited for me. Um, and today is Saturday, and I believe all these Black Friday specials go through the end of the day today. So I wanted to just show you what I got, and if I have any impressions of them, let you know, because I know I appreciate that, especially when something's on sale and you're like, ooh, I have to get it, it's on sale. Here's the dilemma. There's no sunshine today. It is rainy. There is no light at all. Even the light you're seeing like back there through the windows looks so much different on camera than in real life. It's just like totally dreary and rainy. I'm in a different spot. I have no natural light. I'm using lamps. Again, this could be completely stupid, and I'm not going to edit this because I really want to get it up for you. So we're just going to see how this goes. Might scrap the whole thing, but I'll give it a try. Anyway, let's just start. So the first thing that I knew I wanted to get at Ulta was this brush set, Catch My Eye. This is a Morphe brush set that they say is $36, and the Black Friday price is $19, which I thought was a pretty good price. It's 6 eye brushes, and I've already taken them out and I used them today actually, so I could give you some kind of idea if they were decent or not decent. I think I've had like one Morphe brush before. It's not like a brand I go to, but I thought the selection of brushes was interesting for the eyes. Particularly because there was like a bullet crease brush, and they call this a pencil brush, but to me it's a little bigger than that. And there's a nice lay down flat brush, and then they're calling this kind of a fluffy crease brush, and this one's kind of somewhere between like a lay down brush, and you could fluff it up into the crease kind of like a MAC 217, not exactly. And then this is actually kind of weird. It's a duo fiber, but like the white fibers are really long. I used it to blend right up here, just to blend out that harsh line, and I thought it worked pretty well. So these are the 6 brushes in the set. It's $19, as I said. The one thing I will say, they performed fine. They did everything fine. The only thing I noticed was I felt like they shed a little bit. Now, they have not been washed. I don't know if that affects them. I don't know if that's a common thing with Morphe or not. But I think this set is worth $19. Is it worth $36? I don't know. But I'm okay with paying $19 for it, and some of those are brushes that I don't have, especially the like smaller detail brushes. So that's kind of the main reason I selected that. Couple other things. Everything today, by the way, is from the Black Friday sale, like special sale pricing. They had the Kylie, let's see, blush and highlighters and bronzers are $10 each. These are typically $18. I picked up 2 of these. This one is a blush in Baddie on the Block, which I really like. Now, when I looked for this online, it was out of stock. But when I went in store, they had it. So if maybe you're going to Ulta today, if this is something that interests you, you know, they may have it in store if it's out of stock online. I'm gonna try these swatches. I don't know if the lighting's gonna help at all. So there's an idea. I mean, it's just a pretty basic kind of mid-tone pink. And Kylie is made in the same lab as ColourPop. I'm sure the formulas are different, or at least they say they are. I don't really know. But I think you can maybe use ColourPop as kind of a reference. And then the other one, oh, whoops. Oh, I broke a nail. I'm doing my best, people. Got what they call a Kylighter. This one is in Ice Me Out. Again, $10 because all of these individuals are $10. I thought this was really pretty, actually. It's kind of white, but there's just a teeny tiny bit of gold in there. Definitely not a low impact highlighter. May not be your thing. I have not used it, but I thought I would at least swatch it for you and show you. I'm so bummed that I broke my nail. Real life, right? Let's see. This one was a total impulse buy. I did know it was on sale. before I walked into Ulta, but I wasn't really interested in it. And then I walked by it, and then I bought it. This is from I Heart Revolution. It is the donut palette, and it's 50% off. Regularly $36, I believe it was $18. So I thought, because I didn't do my research, I thought these were all eyeshadow palettes because they do make little eyeshadow palettes in these little donuts. And I thought, oh, there's 5 of them, and then I didn't know what this was. There's 5 of them, so the very few people I have who may have some mild interest in makeup, maybe I would divide them up. I wasn't even sure. But as it turns out, there's a couple eyeshadow palettes. Let's see, there's 2 eyeshadow palettes. There's like a dual blush, although one of them is kind of more of a highlighter. There's a highlighter, and there's a bronzer. I was like, well, that's kind of cool. And then the other, this little box thing, this has like makeup wedges in it. Blender sponges, they call them, but they're just makeup wedges. So I'm just going to open these really fast for you so you can see what we've got here. So this one is chocolate caramel or caramel, whichever your preference is. Looks like that. Eyeshadow palette, obviously. I'll swatch a couple of these. Like I said, I don't know how well these swatches are going to show up, but there's a few of the shades. I don't think these are going to be like mind-blowing or anything. It's probably more like cute. I'm sure they're fine. They're, like I said, not going to be mind-blowing formula or anything. But they would be like, that would be a super cute gift, I think, for anybody. I mean, I admit when I look at it, I think, oh, a younger person would like this, but whoever, you know, I like it. So do what you like. Here's the blushes, which I actually think are pretty. Oh, and everything's scented. So when I opened this box, it smelled like a box of donuts. Like there's a berry scented one, and then I don't know what that is. Some kind of sweet baked good. Maybe it's donut scented. I don't know. There's the colors. Where are we here? So that one, as I said, is really more of a highlight. And then, oh, that's pretty. There's the blush. I feel so weird that I have no lights. It's probably driving you crazy. I don't blame you. Here's a little purple one. These are really cute and they're smushy. They're like fun. This is that berry scented one. It's like grape, actually. It's more like grape. And again, we'll do just a few of these. Look at that. Coming to you in my jammies this morning. I don't know. I mean, they're not bad. Again, they're not going to be like, wow, this is the best makeup eyeshadow formula I've ever seen, but they look fine. They smell good. They're cute. I don't know that I would have bought this for $36. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have. But for $18, especially if you maybe want to split it up between various people, that might be kind of fun. Here's the bronzer. I'm curious about this. Feels pretty nice. I don't know. Seems pretty good. There's the shade. It's a little tough to tell. It doesn't look as deep to me in the swatch as it does in the pan. And it looks like it's gonna be neutral to warm. It doesn't look overly warm, at least on this first swatch. So there again is the bronzer. I don't know, I think this is kind of a nifty little set that it's got like a full-size bronzer, full-size highlighter, a couple of blushes, 2 eyeshadow palettes. Here's the highlighter. This is called Vanilla Frosting. Does it smell like vanilla frosting? Sure. It smells like the blush, actually, to me. Feels soft again. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, that's subtle. So here's the Kylie highlighter, just for comparison. This one's really subtle, which I think is really, actually, surprisingly pretty. Is that everything? No, there's one more. Hang on. No, that is everything except for the little makeup wedges, and I'm not going to show you those. They're like pink and white. So I don't know. That little set for $18, like I said, I had seen it like as part of the sale and I was like, whatever. I mean, I completely overlooked it. And then when I saw it in person, I thought it was pretty cute. And then getting it and opening it and seeing what was actually in there, I like it even better. So that might be a fun gift idea, or it might be something that you're like, no, I'm getting that for myself. This was something I didn't even know they had, actually. I know that this year Ulta has some sets, like, you know, they've got a curated box of fragrance minis, and I think there's a skincare mini and that kind of stuff. I don't typically get that stuff unless there's something I'm particularly interested in. This one I didn't know they had. So this one's called Hottest in Beauty. All these sets are 50% off, all of their like Ulta holiday sets. But this one has brands that I've heard about and never tried. So I was kind of excited. Like, is it Grande? Grande Lash I've never tried. Lime Crime, I've heard a ton about their lips. I've never used that. This is Smith & Cult. This is actually a primer. Beauty Bakery, their flower setting powder. But the reason I really got it is because this Ofra, I think it's Rodeo Drive, highlighters in here. And I've heard like a billion things about Ofra, especially their highlighters. This is what it looks like inside. So they're clearly minis, which I guess I should have pointed out. And then you get a $5 coupon inside, and you can use that for a full size of any of the things in this box. And for me, like, I've always been hesitant to try Ofra because I don't want to place a big order for a huge highlighter that I don't have any idea about whether I'm going to like it or not. But since I got to try a few different things, I was kind of okay with that. And a highlighter, you know, is going to last, for me anyway. It's going to last a while. There's the highlighter if you're curious. So yeah, Rodeo Drive, which is definitely one I've heard about. Those swatches didn't totally wipe off, but you get the gist. So there's the highlighter, the much touted highlighter. Let me see if I can get those swatches off a little bit better. How was your Thanksgiving? We were out of town, about 4 hours away. We had all the usual things, the turkey, the stuffing, the mashed potatoes, the corn casserole. You ever had corn casserole? I love that stuff. My sister-in-law makes it. It's basically like cornbread, but you can see the pieces of corn and it's kind of sweet. My husband says it's basically cake, but okay, so anyway. That was just an interlude so I could wipe off the swatches here. Let's do that Rodeo Drive again to do a better swatch for you. So here's Rodeo Drive with nothing else on my hand. That is pretty. Don't ask me why I got so many highlighters, because I'm not a huge highlighter person. There's things I'm interested in trying. And I do want to swatch the Lime Crime. What color is it? So this is one of their matte velveteen lips. I don't have any comparison because I've never used theirs. This one's in red velvet. But as I recall, the long wear matte lips are what put Lime Crime on the map, along with many other brands at the time. Kylie, for example. Lip kits are what put her on the map also. It smells pretty sweet, you know, vanilla-y. So there's just the color. I can't give you any good details about like wear time or any of that other stuff. And then the Beauty Bakery, I've heard good things about this flower. I think it's called Flower. I think it's just their flower setting powder. I know I've heard Emily Noel, I believe, talk about this. She's kind of it's kind of messy. It's just a loose powder, but I've heard good things about it. So there we go, a little cloud of dust there. So I'm happy to try that, and you know, if I do happen to like anything enough to get a full size, you can use the $5 coupon, and the coupon is good through January, the end of January of 2020. So you've got what, a couple months? Yeah, like 2 months to use that if you decide you like anything. And I think I just have one thing left, and it's what's on my entire face today, actually. Oh no, I have 2 things left. Hang on. And both of these I did not buy during the sale. They are on sale. They are both 50% off during the Black Friday sale. I had actually already purchased these because I was hoping to do kind of a review of them a little later, but since they're on sale today for half price, I just thought I'd show them to you now, just in case, you know, if you find them interesting and you'd rather get them for 50% off, I get it. So one of them is this Dynamic Shimmer Real Techniques brush set. I like Real Techniques brushes in general. The Expert Face brush is one of my all-time favorites, so having an additional one of those is always a win. They claim this is a $44 value. I paid $20 for it because I didn't get it at the Black Friday price. And as I said, Expert Face brush, I know I like. Their eye brushes I usually have very good luck with, so this is like a good, it's a fluffy brush. You could use it in the crease. It's just a good, and then there's like a, you know, one of those straight kind of liner brushes. I used that today to just line a little bit up top. The main reason I got it though was this highlighter brush. Because I've said this before, I have a really small face and big brushes just kind of overwhelm my face, particularly with highlight and blush. So that is the, in fact, let me show you the box. You can see, you can pause this if you want to. You can see the actual brush numbers and names. But I did use that highlight brush today and I felt like it was good. Fan brushes, I don't know. I never feel like fan brushes do very much for me. I feel like I like use them for a highlight and they don't show up. But since this one's so small, I think this might be a good one. It seems a little more compact, a little more like it would do something, especially on a small face. So I bought this for $20 thinking that was a pretty good value because I will use, I think, all of these brushes. But for $10 for Black Friday, I really think that's definitely a good value if that's something you're interested in. And then the last thing, again, I bought it full price before the sale, a couple weeks ago actually, and it's the Beauty Babe set from Ulta. I got this one specifically because I wanted to review it for you, because sometimes you wonder, at least I do, about like holiday sets from the makeup companies, like from Sephora. I've reviewed one of those this season that I did not care for. And you always wonder, like, do they just put really cheapo stuff in these? Are they even worth buying? So this set was $20. So it's all these shadows, blush, bronzer, highlight. There's a little gloss. And then it comes with a makeup bag also that looks glittery, but it's not, it doesn't feel glittery. It's just smooth. It's just shimmery. And then it comes with bonus stickers if you want to really jazz up your makeup bag. To each his own. To each her own. I might put some stickers on there. I don't know. I didn't buy it for the stickers. So this is what I have on my face today. I did my eye look with this. I have the bronzer on. I have this blush on. And I do have the highlighter on. So I want to show you the eye look in particular. And I used the, to do my eyes, I did use that Morphe eye brush set. That's all I used on my eyes, with the exception of that one liner brush I just showed you from Real Techniques. So, I don't know, this performed better than I expected it to be honest. Because I was like, even when I bought it for $20, I'm like, really, do we think this stuff's any good? And that's why I bought it, was to try it out for you. Here's the face products. So I used this blush and then the highlighter and the bronzer. I didn't use this blush. They all went on very nicely. The colors worked for me. I think they're nice. They were nicer, as I said, than I anticipated. Eye colors, you get 16 eye colors. Let's hold it up right. And I felt okay about these too. And these are 1 gram each. That's a decent size for a holiday set. That's the same size, for example, as the shades in the Too Faced Christmas Cookie House Party set. 1 gram. I consider 1 gram a decent size shadow, and definitely in a holiday set, I consider it a good size shadow, because they could easily make it a lot smaller. So there's just some of the shades. I probably won't swatch this whole thing. I just kind of grabbed a few here. Let's do some of the so it's a neutral palette. mauve tones, obviously warm browns. There's some cool browns. There's a black. Let's swatch the black and see. 'Cause that's often quite telling, isn't it? There's some of the mauve tones. Here's the black. Oh yeah, that's pretty. That is not gonna blow your mind, that black. Depending on what you're looking for. But I mean, up in here, these are all the colors I used. I feel really good about this eye look. It turned out really well. So again, I bought that when it was $20, but today, today's the end of the Black Friday sale, at least according to their website. That set is on sale for $10. So all of those things are on sale today. They're not all exactly 50% off, but I think everything's between 40 and 50% off that I showed you. And as I said, some are sold out online, although most of those were still in stock. That one Kylie blush was definitely sold out when I looked this morning, but I found it in store, as I said. So that's it. I do wish the lighting had cooperated a little more, but I still felt like it was important, maybe, to you to try to get this up. Just so maybe if you're thinking about some of these things or thinking about gifting some of these things, you have at least a little bit of an idea of what it is, and you're not just buying something that's not even worth your time or your money. So I hope that was helpful. As always, that is my only purpose here. And I do thank you for being here, and welcome to the holiday season, and I'll talk to you soon.